Welcome back to Homework Help with Miss Gore. Today we're going to be talking about our Unit 9 Day 4 homework, solving quadratics using your quadratic formula. So if it says that you have to use the quadratic formula, then you have to use the quadratic formula. Now remember that the quadratic formula is given to you on your reference table. So what I'm first going to do is I'm going to make sure that my equation is set equal to 0. It is, so I'm going to write down my formula. So x equals negative b plus or minus square root b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. So I am identifying my a as 1, my b as negative 4, and my c as negative 5. I'm now going to take my values and I'm going to plug them in. So negative 4 is going to give me 4 plus or minus my b squared, so my negative 4 squared, minus 4 times 1 times negative 5, all over 2 times 1. I would like you first to simplify what is under the radical. So 4 plus or minus. Now I've got negative 4 squared minus 4 times 1 times 5, which is going to give me 36 divided by 2. I'm going to simplify it further, giving me x equals 4 plus or minus 6 over 2, which then gives me two possible values. This is going to give me x equals 4 plus 6 over 2, which is going to give me 10 over 2, which is 5. And then it's going to give me x equals 4 minus 6 over 2, which is going to give me negative 2 over 2, which is going to give me negative 1. So my solutions, 5 or negative 1. Let's talk about number 2. Number 2, again, I'm going to first double check, is my equation equal to 0? Absolutely. So I'm going to write down my equation. X equals negative b plus or minus square root b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. So my a I'm going to identify as 8, my b I'm identifying as negative 8, and my c is 2. So x equals negative 8 is 8, plus or minus square root of negative 8 squared minus 4 times 8 times 2. All over 2 times 8. Now, identifying what is under my radical, I end up finding that I get the square root of 0. So, square root of 0 is 0. So I really just have 8 over 16, which reduces to 1/2, giving me only 1 root, which is fine. I don't have to have any roots at all sometimes. Let's talk about number 3. In question 3, again, I'm identifying that I'm equal to 0. So I'm going to write down my quadratic formula. X equals negative b plus or minus square root b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. So x equals, okay, my a is 4, my b is negative 8, my c is 1. So 8 plus or minus the square root of negative 8 squared minus 4 times 1, all over 2 times 4. Okay, simplifying that further, underneath my radical, I end up with the number 48. Now, 48 is not a perfect square, but it can be simplified. So I know that 48 is really 16 times 3, which is going to give me 4 radical 3. So now what I need to do is I need to simplify my complex number here. So 8 divided by 8 is going to give me 1 plus or minus. 4 divided by 8 is going to give me 1/2 radical 3. So my two roots, 1 plus 1/2 radical 3 and 1 minus 1/2 radical 3. Hopefully that gets you on your way.